In this section, we're going to look at installing a backup program which allows you to back up your entire website. So in order to install a backup plugin, we go to our dashboard, we then go to plugins, and we then go to add new. If you go and click on where it says popular here, you'll see there's various well-known plugins being displayed here. And if we come down the page a little bit, generally on the first page you'll see this thing called Updraft Plus. Strange name, but a very good backup program. Again, if we go and check it out, we can see it's got 2 million active installations, it's got fantastic reviews, it was last updated 4 days ago, and it's compatible with the current version of WordPress that I'm using. Again, I could go to more details if I wanted and read more details, which is always a good idea with a plugin, just to make sure you know what you're getting. But if you're happy you want to install it, all you have to do is click on where it says Install Now. Right, once it's been installed, the next step is to activate the plugin. Now in this particular case it's going to run through a wizard. I'll cancel this because I just quickly want to set this up. So what I'm going to do is click on where it says Settings here. Then I click on the Settings tab. Now rather disappointingly, when you install this, for some reason, by default it's set to a manual backup, which is no good to anyone really. So what I want to do is, you see where it says File Backup Schedule? I click on the down arrow next to where it says Manual, and I'll set this for weekly, and I'll do the same for the database as well. So basically these first two items you set for weekly. Then I'd recommend you change these numbers over here from 2 to 4. Now what this means is that after a week a backup will take place automatically, at which point you've got one set of backup files. The next week another backup, 2 sets of backup files. The next week, week 3, does a backup, you've got 3 sets. Then in week 4 you do another backup automatically, you got 4 sets of backup files. But the next week, week 5, what happens is it overwrites the first backup. So by using this configuration here, it means you're always going to have like 4 versions of backups done once a week, and they're done automatically. Now in terms of where the backups are saved to, by default they go to a folder on your web server. I'm not actually going to cover it here, but if you've got a Dropbox account or Amazon S3 or some of these other things, you could basically click on that and have the backups going to, for instance, your Dropbox account. You want to make sure all of these things are included because we want backups of all the plugins, all the themes, all the uploads, and basically everything else. So you leave those as they are. And if you come down here, you go and click on where it says Save Changes. And that's it. It's all been set up now. Now what I can do is run a manual backup just to get us started. So if I click on where it says Backup Restore, this page is displayed. As you can see, there's no backups at the moment, so I'll click on where it says Backup Now. Make sure everything's included there. Click on Backup, and that's the backup process starting. So there you are, the backup has been completed. As you can see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different files. One for what's called the database, the plugins, the themes, the uploads, and one for others. Just to show you, I'll run another backup. So there's a backup process starting. And when this is finished, there we go, we've now got 2 sets of backup files. And that's about it really. One other thing you can do, just to be on the safe side, by default these backups go to your web server. They're actually stored in a subdirectory on your web server. If I want to, I can download these to my hard disk. So if I click on where it says database there, then click on plugins, then click on themes, then click on uploads, then click on others, that displays these things here. And if I click here, download the database files to your subdirectory, so I'll save that. This one here, I'm going to download that as well, so I'll save that. This one I'm going to download and save as well. This I'm going to download and save. And this one also I shall download and save. So what I've done is, with this particular program, remember there are 5 different files for each backup. So this latest backup I've just done, I've downloaded all of those files to my hard disk. If I go to my download subdirectory, you can see these are some pictures I downloaded from Pixabay earlier on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Those are those 5 files that make up a backup set. They've been carefully saved to my hard disk now. And in turn, what I could do is copy those maybe to a thumb drive and, put it away safely. So if anything terrible ever happens to my server, then at least I've got a complete backup. And what I could do is then restore those at some point. With the files I've downloaded to my hard disk, which you've just seen me do, if I click here, it says upload backup files. What I could do, I won't do it, you see how it works. I could click here, select those files from my hard disk. They would then be uploaded to my web server as a backup set, and I could then restore that backup set to my WordPress installation.